was asking me yesterday about my boobs is what happens when you have babies. She's like, so do all people who have babies end up with boobs like that? Well, I'm sitting there in the bath with her.
Well, you've got very nice boobies.
No, but I was just like, you can't just blame babies because I'm thinking she's going to be like, well, I'm not having kids if I end up with boobs like that. I was like, all of them are different and you will still age no matter what.
Yeah. To be fair, her wanting a bit of privacy will be good for us because
it'd be amazing.
The insults will probably back off a little bit.
Yeah, back off a little.
Matty and Esther, who would have guessed they're underage grandparents?
Welcome to Underaged Grandparents. I'm Esther Acton.
And I am her husband, Matty Acton. We became grandparents before turning 40. This podcast follows that journey whilst raising small children and pretty much trying to stay married.
Stick around and hopefully we make you feel normal.
You know my mother.
I do.
She's your mother-in-law.
I do know your mother.
Your mother-in-law is up to some tricks at the moment, my darling.
Is she?
My mum is in a fight with her neighbour. I'm not sure that this neighbour knows that they're in a fight with my mum.
Okay.
Now, I love my mum dearly. And I don't know if you've noticed it you've noticed it in your parents, but my mum is starting to become the kooky old lady, I reckon.
Oh, honey, have I noticed it in my parents?
And I'm not saying it in judgment to my mum because I know that I'm probably going to become the same type of person.
Totally.
You know, you change as you get older and you don't realise. But my mum's in a fight with her neighbour, and the reason I know about this is because she told me her neighbour complained about her dog barking.
Yes.
And so we've helped her out with...
I know which neighbour you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't like the other one either.
No. We've gotten her bark collars.
Yes.
So, and we're not talking the zappy ones. We've got one for our dog. It's the citronella spray one. And they're actually really effective because they bark, they spray, they stop barking. But even our dog now, we don't fill the spray up.
No.
It just gets an air puff. And even sometimes you don't charge it. And I think she knows
just
when
putting it on.
When she's got it on.
She knows, yeah.
Yeah, not to push it. But the kids stayed over at my mum's house on the weekend because we went to a 40th.
Yes.
And Xander was telling me that Grandma... when the dog would bark, he would try to get the dog and stop it. And Mum apparently said to him, no, just wait a minute. Just let it bark enough to annoy the neighbour and then stop it. So because the neighbour complained to her.
Your mum's rattling the gate outside, like remotely, just to make the dog bark?
She's apparently letting the dog bark for like 1 minute. Not enough to warrant a complaint, but just enough to be irritating on a Saturday night.
That's so funny.
Before she calms it down. And then the other thing he told me that she does is apparently she leaves her back door open ever so slightly with the light on because the light shines into the bedroom window of the next door neighbour.
Oh.
And I just thought, how petty.
I love that she's sharing it with the kids, though, to try and get them to, like, help her out with some ideas of how else she can just be slightly annoying like a mosquito.
Yeah. And I thought, I wonder what age I'll be when I get to that. You know, you hear it. We had a cranky neighbour across the road from us who maybe had a dig at you one time.
Yeah. He didn't like anyone parking in front of the house, and we'd just moved in, like, very early on in our time living here. We had Eden, who was still a baby.
Yeah.
Ethan, who was a teenager, and he had his license, and he parked his little Mazda 3 across the street in front of our neighbour because there's like driveways, and we didn't really have a driveway you could park on.
Well, they're all old houses that we have, so no one's really got garages. You know, brand new estates, everyone's got a double lock up.
Pretty much every car in the street has at least one car parked out the front.
Yeah.
But Ethan had parked across the street in front of his, and he came storming over and bashed on the door. And I thought he was coming over to say hello. I just thought maybe he was a bit abrupt and he was saying, you know, welcome to the neighbourhood or whatever. But as soon as I opened the door, he just launched at me, started yelling. And he was like, you bloody car in front of my bloody house. Don't bloody park it there again. Like he was fully yelling. And I was just standing there with my mouth open like, holy moly. And then as he got like 5 meters from the door and he was heading back towards his house because he turned in half before I even spoke.
Yeah.
I went, nice to meet you. I got him good there.
That same fella, I remember that because a couple of weeks after that, I remember you told me that I was out the front doing some gardening and I had bags of like potting mix and I'd gone to grab something and one of the bags had flown across the road onto his lawn. And I come walking back up the hill with some tools or whatever and I see him standing there with his foot on the bag. And I was like, oh, sorry, mate, didn't realise that had gone over there. It's a bit windy today. And then he goes, keep your shit on your side of the road. And I was like, I didn't throw it on your lawn. It blew over there. Mm-hmm. And I remember a combination of him abusing you and then him having a dig at me. I was like, that's a bit rude. He goes, you're rude. Now, he would have been well into his 80s.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, mate, one day you might have a heart attack on this front lawn and I'm going to have to come and help you. So I think we should get along. And he goes, that's rude. And I was like, well, that's the go. And as fate would have it, remember I had to call an ambulance for him twice.
You did have to call an ambulance for him twice, yes.
Now, having
and
said
he wasn't very nice about it either.
No, he got angry at me because he didn't want me to call him an ambulance, but I couldn't let him go inside on his own like that. But it's interesting from there. He was, and I will say this word, he was an asshole. He was a really mean man to live across the road from. Yeah. But that day, one day I sat with him when I was waiting for the ambulance to come, and I did see the human side of him, and it's where I was able to start forgiving him for all of his terrible interactions. He had a packet of biscuits in his back pocket this day and he'd fallen and he couldn't get up himself, poor guy, and he'd crushed the biscuits and he was taking them up to see his wife who was in a nursing home.
Why are you trying to make me cry at the beginning of the podcast?
I'm not. It's just a lesson. All this is just a lesson in people that you're dealing with and when they're cranky.
Yeah.
Like that this is what it could be. So he was waiting for a cab to go and visit his wife. He wasn't nice to me through the whole conversation. I made him talk to me. He'd actually been a nurse in a prison.
Right.
In Wacol Prison, a really tough prison in Brisbane. He was used to dealing with people in a really harsh way as his career, his entire life. Hearing all of that, every time he was sort of rude to me, I don't know, kind of...
We copped it though, Dal. We didn't
understood it. Yeah.
Like besides that one comment you made back to him that day, we were very nice neighbours to him. I waved to him every single time I saw him walking. Yeah. Some people are just.
I don't know my mum's story. I think she's just petty, to be honest with you. But God, it tickled me. It tickled me to hear that she's finally crossed over to old lady territory.
My mum did a rant the other day about someone who'd been rude to her at the shopping centre, and I was like, there we go. It's a slippery slope. Well, I've been doing my own soul searching recently about, whether or not I'm turning into a grumpy old lady, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because, I found this clip on the internet that probably explains where my head is at with it. We had a situation on the weekend where I got quite cranky and I was probably angry for 24 hours.
You were triggered.
I was triggered, but I hate that word. I was trying to avoid using it. But it's true. Like something had happened. So I'd had an interaction with these people and they had made me feel dumb, insinuated that I was stupid. I, being the evolved human that I am, no, I think because being a millennial, I'll just say that. So surrounded by people in older generations potentially who don't have the same feelings about change and about growth, I can see how it can get difficult to live and harmoniously with people around you that you love if you refuse to change. And I know for me, being angry for 24 hours is not a healthy way for me to live, and it's not sustainable and it's not something that I want to continually have. So I want to find out what that's about.
What did they say to you that triggered you?
So I drive an electric vehicle, Tesla, and I made an off-the-cuff comment that I don't have to get it serviced because I don't. It's not, you don't do the regular servicing. You don't do 15,000, 30, 60,000 kilometres servicing on a Tesla. You have to change the air filter once every 2 years and top up fluids. And the car tells you when these things need to happen. So, you don't get it serviced. It's just a maintenance thing. But I had two people, as soon as I'd said it, men,
I was going to say.
Mansplain me.
Gender them.
Jump on me and start. And obviously they're car people, whatever. I don't care. They started to say that I was stupid, basically. Yeah, and that my car was probably dangerous to be driven because I hadn't had my Tesla serviced.
So was it them being men and their tone that made it
was the
worse
tone.
as well?
They made out not only I was stupid, they also said that you were stupid. And I think that's what really pissed
me
me
off.
off.
What did they say about me?
Because they were like, oh, well, Matt wouldn't know any better because you're not a car guy, right?
Oxman radio. I must be completely dumb.
Yeah, you mustn't know how to
Excuse me, I pay $29.99 for ChatGPT a month. I can figure out anything.
Oh, dull. Your masculinity is never in question. Like, you know how to do so much stuff around this house and... Yeah,
nor would I care. If
knew
anyone
you
questioned it.
You wouldn't care at all.
No.
But I think that's what really, like, just the rage switch went on. And so all I kept saying was, well, you should probably tell Tesla that because they told me it doesn't need to be serviced.
Yeah.
I was like, why has this annoyed me so much? Like, why do I care what these two people who are, you know, around but not, they're not opinions.
They're friends of friends, yeah.
They're not opinions that I'm, like, holding on to. I don't care if they think I'm dumb. So why am I so upset? I had a relationship once where my ex-boyfriend made me feel stupid all the time. He was smart and he always made me feel dumb. I'm like, maybe it's because of that. Like maybe it's brought up that, you know, that feeling of, you know, being made to feel small or whatever. But I actually think it's not that. I actually think it's because I'm getting dumber. Seriously. And so it's triggered me because it's like something really close to the surface for me at the moment.
How are you getting dumber? In what way?
I forget shit. I can't finish sentences. I forget words. I'm like...
Are you forgetting names of people?
Yes,
yeah,
my brain's muddly,
worst,
puddly. People will say to me what they're doing on the weekend and then like a day later I'm like, what did they tell me they were doing on the weekend? I can't remember what people tell me. I might not be listening. Like, I haven't got the sharpness in my brain that I used to have, right? And it's brain fog, sure, okay? It's being a working woman. I've got a shitload of stuff on my plate. I've got lots of stuff. But I feel like I'm getting dumber. And I'm reading more than I've ever read before. I'm, you know, like I hang out with people who have intelligent conversations sometimes.
Is it the 40 fog, do you reckon?
It's perimenopause. Like that's got to have something to do with it. But it can't have everything to do with it because I'm on HRT. Like I'm fixing that problem. Can't be all hormones. I don't know.
What's that? Horny replacement testosterone?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Actually.
Horny reading tablets?
You know what? Does work for that. But no, I think it's triggered me because, I don't know, I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm getting dumber.
You're not getting dumber. You're busy. It's busyness.
Do you think that's what it is? Because I feel like I've been busy like this since.
Do you remember the important stuff? Or most of the important stuff?
Most of the important stuff.
Yeah, then who cares? Who cares if you forget what people are doing on the weekend or... And also, who cares?
Well, doesn't it just make me a shit human, though? If I can't remember people's, like, birthdays and, like, I mean, I rely on Facebook for that anyway. Yeah. But, like, if I can't remember details that you've told me already, doesn't that just make me...
Are you doing it intentionally?
Disinterested? No.
No, well, then you're not a bad person.
But that's because I wouldn't be getting dumber if it was my choice.
No.
I've even taken... I started taking fish oil and...
Oh, that'll fix it.
Oh, no, well, that's what they all say, okay? I keep getting these ads on the internet about fish oil because it's like, so good for your brain. But every time I burp, I taste fish and I just can't handle it. I'm just like, no. I don't know. I think I'd rather be dumb.
Well, you've got your inspirational clip here.
Anyway, so I want to play you this clip because I want to let you know that I'm on a journey to be a better person and you won't have to deal with me being cranky anymore.
Wait, so a criticism, if you're triggered by it, is an opportunity for learning.
What a gift, because that's the access to more freedom. It's life just showed you where you're not okay with something. Mm-hmm. That's where life would present you with people and circumstances to reveal where you're not free.
So next time I get like a negative comment and it triggers something in me, I'm going to say thank you.
Yeah, thank you, because you clearly revealed something that I'm still not okay with.
Yeah.
I love you, but I'm pretty sure next time I criticize you, you're not going to say thank you.
I will.
No,
the tone will be important.
Well, I'm about to give you a criticism.
Oh, fabulous.
We babysat our beautiful granddaughter, Illyria.
Oh, she's so perfect.
She is. She's fantastic. She's 18 months.
Yeah, about that.
We babysat her the other night, and it was awesome. That's because we were on holidays. Well, I was
Yes,
on
you're on
holidays,
holidays,
so we had her for the night while our son and his wife went out on a date night. Now, I can't remember them ever telling us this, but we have a group chat between us, and when they're out, you take photos and we send them and show them. And there's some really cute photos of Eden, our daughter, and her laying on the bed cuddling, watching Bluey.
I took lots of videos of her sleeping too because she's such a good sleeper.
Yeah, she's excellent. But you're a bad grandma.
Why?
Bad
What did
grandma.
I do? I don't even. I
Naughty
can't. I don't know what
grandma.
I did.
Oh, grandma's naughty.
Why?
You gave her a dummy,
Yeah, that's not naughty.
and she's been weaned off the dummy.
Yeah, that's a suggestion.
Ethan wrote back on the text. He said, "We've weaned her off the dummy."
She was so happy though. She loves it.
Oh yeah, she went straight to
She
sleep.
loves the dummy. She was that thrilled when I presented it to her. It's at our house. It's just a treat for when you're with Gessie.
And then
When baby we were and Gessie are together, there's dummy dums.
you go to me. You go, "Oh, I didn't know that they'd taken her off the dummy."
I didn't. I mean, I haven't seen her with one for at least 6 months, but I didn't know that was like a steadfast rule. They could have one in her bed at home that I just hadn't seen.
I said, "Well, she's got one now. She was playing in the house. It was during the day." I said, "She's got one in her mouth now."
I was like, too late.
Oh, just let her have it. Just for
She's
now.
calm. She's happy.
Just for now.
I'm not saying that like I'll give it to her to take home and she can use it all the time. It
No,
can just be something special that we have.
So that was my question. Are you going to continue to give her the dummy here at our house?
I am
now that you've
not,
been instructed by the parents
I
not to
am
give the dummy.
not going to say that on here.
I am,
I promise that I will put them away and keep them safe for if they decide to have another one. And if Illyria finds it
I'm just going to
in her porta cot,
leave it on the coffee table. If she picks it up, who am I to stop her if she just picks it up?
she's only 1.5.
I mean,
How long
yeah.
did Edie have a dummy for?
Oh, she'd probably still have one now if we didn't
Yeah,
take
she
it off
had
her.
it for I'm going to say till she was 4. And I know that will bring lots of judgment from people.
No, she wasn't that old, was she?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not that old, but she had a dummy for a long time, and she had a bottle at bedtime for a long time.
I sucked my thumb for years.
Yeah.
I think I sucked my thumb till I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah, see, I was fine with the dummy because they have the orthodontic ones now, whereas my sister sucked her thumb and one of her kids sucked the thumb, and they've had to do a lot of dental work.
Yeah.
You can't take a thumb and throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
So I was like, dummy's okay. And our kids have pretty good teeth.
Yeah, they both got off the dummy.
I don't think it's
Fairly
the
quick.
dummy, it's the lollies that may be the problem
Yeah,
there.
yeah. No, the reason I did stop sucking my thumb is, one, I was way too old to be doing it, but I only did it at night when I was going to
But
sleep.
you do have some comforts from when you were a baby.
Yeah, I have a silk pillowcase. I used to have a satin pillowcase when I was a kid, and I would rub that and suck
You've
my
never
thumb.
not had one your
Yeah,
entire
it feels-
lifestyle. Our whole time together and
It feels
prior
nice,
to that.
feels nice on my face, and it's cold. You flip it over.
That's why you look so young. Yeah, it is.
It's meant to be good for your skin, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I have one now, but I waited till I was like 37 to get one, so I was already doomed. The damage
I
was
got
done.
shamed though by, remember the dental van used to turn up to school?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it was only in Queensland, but you'd be freaking out. All the kids would come to school, and you'd see that van parked out the front,
Oh.
and then you would sit in class for the next week waiting for your name to be called, and you knew you were going to go to the dental van. You'd be shitting yourself the whole week waiting.
I loved it. I loved it in there. I'm a psychopath.
I
It was
hated
air
it.
conditioned.
I hated the
They were
dentist.
nice to me.
Well, I remember I stopped sucking my thumb because my teeth had a big gap in it, And they were like, oh, you might need braces. Did you ever suck your thumb? And I said, I still do. And they laughed.
Oh.
They laughed and went,
doll.
at your age. And then I never sucked it again since then.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
They shamed me.
Shame works.
Yeah, shame works. So shame on you. Don't give that baby a dummy.
Doesn't work on me.
School holidays, they're finally over. Hip, hip, hooray. At least we thought almost.
Yeah.
Our son is obsessed with sleepovers.
I think the word sleepover comes up in our household once a day.
Yeah, both
I'm not
our
even
kids are.
joking. There's always some sort of sleepover being organised. And I don't remember having that many as a kid. Like maybe you'd have one or two with your bestie a year. You know what I mean? Like I had two friends in like late primary, and we'd maybe like once a term we'd sleep over at each other's houses.
Yeah, primary
like-
school was a lot less, yeah.
But like Edie would have a sleepover or every second weekend. And same with Xander. Xander's always at someone's house or wants someone here. We're having 4 boys on Friday night.
Yeah, I don't know how we agreed to that.
He'd already invited them.
He's invited 4 12-year-old boys to sleep over this Friday night.
Yes.
That's a birthday party sleepover.
Yeah.
Generally, you get that many mates for your birthday, but he's just having it for a random Friday night.
This is how he wins, and he's smart. He announces things to me like you and him have had the discussion and you have agreed to it. Like he'll say, oh, I told Dad that these mates can sleep over on Friday night. Like you haven't objected to it, so it's already happening. And then he'll say to you, Mum said it's fine. Because I think if you've said it's fine, then it's fine. Like I would not agree to that without them talking to you about it.
He played us.
That's how he does it.
So somehow we've got 4 teenage boys sleeping over on Friday. We hardly saw him the second week of the school holidays. He was here, there, everywhere, out fishing, sleeping over at this person's house, doing whatever.
That's his personality, and it has been since he was a baby.
Yeah.
He never bucked going to sleep over at any grandparent's house or when his aunties would look after him. He was always up for it.
Later, losers.
Whereas like Edie is it's almost like I would prefer that, to be honest with you. I would prefer that to what we have with her, which is she is very selective and she hates sleeping anywhere but in her bed.
Well, she'll have sleepovers at our house.
That's what I mean.
She will not
That's her
sleep
hard and
anywhere.
fast
My
rule.
mum's house, my sister's house.
My mum's house, unless
Yeah.
the cousins are there, and that's an hour and a half away. So, like, when we're there, she has to stay there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we've got to be there. She's a real, I don't know, it's a funny thing. She'll go to people's houses and so she'll go for the night. She'll want us to pick her up at bedtime.
yeah.
It's a safety thing for her
She likes to be in control of her own.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
And
it.
that's what my friend said to me. She's like, I think it's more about her being in control than her feeling safe.
To see
Remember
you.
when you did stay at people's houses and you would get a bit homesick? Like
Of course.
You'd feel that feeling of, their dad's a bit weird, or I saw their dad scratch his bum. That's gross. You know what I mean? Like you.
Why has it always got to be the dad? Why didn't the mum scratch her bum?
Or the mum yells at them or something. Like I was at a sleepover once where the mum came in and yelled and smacked my friend. And then it's just orkies and you feel like...
You're like, she would have smacked me, but she's not allowed to.
Yeah.
But the other thing that happens, I've gotten in trouble when I've had mates over and mum's gone off at me, but it's for things that my friends have done. And I'm like, you're just going off at me because you can't really yell at them.
No. Yes.
But a sleepover really showed you how weird your friends and their family were.
Yeah, because everybody's family's weird except for yours.
Well, you think everything that you do you think that's how everyone does it.
Yeah.
And sort of you then, when you're an adult, you do things at your house that, that was the way that you did it as a kid. Like I had a friend, and I'll never forget, going into the toilet, and I'd never seen this in my life. They had a frame with a poster in it, and they'd printed this out, and the saying was, if it's yellow, let it mellow.
If it's brown, flush it down.
If it's brown, flush it down.
Yeah.
And that meant only flush your poos.
Yeah.
And then from there, as you get older, you go, you've got to decide, is this a flush family or not a flush family? And by that I mean, if you go to the toilet in the middle of the night, not all families are flush families.
We don't flush wees in the night.
Not in the night. Oh,
No.
a poo. If you drop in a log at midnight, no, you've definitely flushed that. That's you flushed that.
Yeah, I was going to say, no one wants that discovery. I mean,
Under every circumstance,
yeah.
if it's brown,
Well-
absolutely flush it down.
See, it's weird because I don't do it because you're such a light sleeper.
Yeah.
And I know that will wake you up if I flush. But I also know that you're using the bathroom first, so you've got to deal with
Got
it.
to deal with it, yeah. So, and that was always a thing. You'd be like, I'm going to a wee. It's like 10 o'clock. Everyone's asleep. Am I flushing? Am I not? But then you're like, if they're not a flush family, that means that maybe like the mum or dad
Yeah,
will
you
get
always
up in the
flush if you're at someone else's house.
Yeah, but what if you wake up the whole house with
Oh,
your
well,
flush?
not too bad.
You know? Like if you got a maid who's got a hot sister and you're like, oh, great, she's going to walk here in the morning and be like, he didn't flush it. But I jumped on Reddit and I had a look around, and these are some of the things that people have said they learnt about their friends after staying over. I went to a friend's house when I was 10, and in the bathroom they had 4 hanging towels. Probably shouldn't have picked this as the first one after my toilet chat there. They all had brown marks on them. I asked what they were for, and my friend said, we don't have toilet paper. We each have a towel that we use.
Okay, I'm leaving that house.
Oh, I'm never being friends with that person again.
That's so weird.
I once spent a night with a close friend of mine in grade 6 at their house. And as soon as I arrived, her mum brought me into her office where there was a filing cabinet. This must be the 90s. There was alphabetized behavior charts. And it was all of her daughter's friends. She kept records of every kid who'd visited their house. And if you got a certain number of demerits, you weren't allowed to come back.
That's some funny shit.
My friend had a 4-foot python roaming free around the house.
No, absolutely not. We'll put a match to that house and the poo towel people. Match to that house.
Reptile people are interesting people, aren't they?
Yeah. I know there's a snake out there somewhere named after me. It's someone's reptile pet, so I shouldn't be mean
Well,
about
like an ex or something.
No, someone that we met through your radio station. They came up to me at the Firebirds game and said,
Oh, like a
named,
listener?
Yeah, we named our pet snake after you.
Oh.
And I was like, that's an honour, but also
What kind of snake was it? Do you remember?
python.
Python. There
Yeah.
you go. I had dinner at a friend's house when I was 7 years old, and they didn't allow any drinks at the dinner table. You had to leave the table and stand in the kitchen to take a drink.
Oh, that'd be some like thing. They've got hardwood or something.
Oh,
You wouldn't want
maybe.
to mark the table, but that's just weird.
I had a rich friend.
Imagine our kids. They couldn't have like all
Oh.
their 17 lemonades and
They spill everything everywhere. Xander took a bowl of spaghetti into his bedroom the other day, and I was like, well, that's going to end badly.
they both ate cereal in their beds this morning.
Did they?
Yes, I let them.
Funny you bring up cereal. I had a friend whose family recycled the milk from cereal. They had 2 bottles for milk.
Ew.
One was the fresh milk and the other was cereal milk. After finishing their bowl, they would pour the leftover milk into the cereal milk and use it for breakfast the next day.
What, with all the chunks in it?
I don't know, maybe they strained it.
That's so weird though, because that's got like your saliva from the spoon. and
Yeah,
stuff.
I know, right?
But I get like that someone who's like trying to save money, say you had like 8 kids or something, only because do you recall how much milk our son Ethan used to go through?
Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah.
he would pour a bowl of cereal milk that was like the biggest bowl that we had for like if you have a Luxor, he would fill that, a tiny bit of cereal in it, eat the cereal, and then that whole bowl was tipped down the sink. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't drinking it.
Straight out.
Yeah.
If you've got any of the weird things you learn about your friends growing up at sleepovers or whatever, please let us know. Underaged Grandparents
So many.
Podcast. Go and jump on the socials right now. We would love to hear them. Before we wrap up, we should check the inbox. Mm-hmm. Got a few clips I want to play you. Do you use voice notes? I remember you and your friend Danica
Yeah.
never used to text.
No, we used Voxer. And now we use, not WeChat, what's it called? I don't know, because I don't do it anymore. I'm very bad at it.
I don't have any mates who do it. I don't know if blokes do it.
Now you can do voice notes in the iPhone, like in text message, and we do that a fair bit in like, especially if in a group situation, if we're like, does anyone know about what's happening on this TV show or with this reality couple or this news piece? And someone will go, I'll voice note it. And then you get a 7-minute voice note giving you the ins and outs. It's very helpful.
Right. But do you do it just in general chit chat, like instead of texting, where you just kind of go back and you're essentially having a phone conversation but broken up?
No, because I feel like it's annoying because we used to do it, Danica and I used to do it, and I'd actually have to write notes in my phone while I was listening to her things, because you cover, say you're talking for 20 minutes straight, you cover like 5 topics, and I have a topic about a question about like something you mentioned halfway through. So, yeah, it's not an effective way to have a conversation.
No. This one is from a lady on Instagram. I think she calls herself Overstimulated Mum. And that's exactly what this voice note is. I think she's talking to her friend about a movie or a TV show.
Okay.
And I think it's just a snapshot into... She's obviously needed to reply to her friend, I'm going to say, for at least 24 or 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And she's decided this might be... The kids are busy and this might be her chance to finally get to it.
I will say this is something that you do, especially when your kids are young. You can't be looking at your phone texting. You have to hit the record and be watching them while you're doing it.
Yeah. That's exactly what she was doing. Have a listen to this.
Included the kids and... Nalu, put the vacuum down now and give Nellie a turn, please. We're sharing. Oh, my God, I can't. I actually can't. Okay, I'm just going to walk away, guys, and take some deep breaths because Mummy needs to calm down and then I'm going to come back out. Oh, my God, deep breaths, more like screaming to a motherfucking pillow. Jesus Christ, I actually can't with the kids today. Like, I actually... Oh, my God, like, they're my whole life and soul, but fuck me! Okay. Anyway, there is a TV...
Yeah. That's a snippet of, like, the reality.
And you know, she was obviously so deep into that voice note. She's like, I don't have time to restart this.
No.
This just is what it is.
No.
And you're getting it. Okay, this one is very cute. This is a little kid who's just got a brand new baby brother. And grandma is meeting the baby brother for the first time. So I think mum's holding the baby. Dad's got the camera out. He's filming, you know. It's a beautiful little moment. And then the big brother comes over to sort of explain the baby to grandma.
Oh, that's so cute. The baby's so cute.
He is.
Because he's small. And small and small. He has a little head. He has little feet. He has little arms.
He got everything he needs.
Yeah. He got a little penis, a small penis, and a small bottom.
Oh, really?
And you know, for the rest of his life, he's going to be hearing that he has a small penis from his big brother.
That's exactly what guys do all the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, whatever, you got a small penis.
Yeah, you and Santa don't do each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, excuse me. He says it to me and then I just defend myself. When he says to me, you have a small penis, Dad, I say, well, you're my son, and I pass them down. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I do it in the mature fashion.
Yeah, sure. Just don't be around Eden when you're insulting each other's genitals, because she comes out with the most random things. We were sitting there the other day and someone said something about balls and she was like, you should see Xander's. They're huge now. And not only has she definitely not seen them, but she just... Yeah.
See, this is the thing. He's at the age now where he wants his privacy, right? And fair enough.
Totally.
But she hasn't quite gotten to that age. I mean, it's so much
she's
easier.
all up in all of our grill. She could describe our body parts to every single person. She was asking me yesterday about whether or not my boobs is what happens when you have babies. She's like, so do all people who have babies end up with boobs like that? Well, I'm sitting there in the bath with her.
Well, you've got very nice boobies.
No, but I was just like, it's not because of, you can't just blame babies, because I'm thinking she's going to be like, well, I'm not having kids if I end up with boobs like that.
Listen, don't be sit down on your boob.
And I was like, no, like all of them are different and you will still age no matter what.
Yeah.
They look different when you're 40 to what they do when you're 20, and, you don't need to stress about kids being the cause of that.
To be fair, her wanting a bit of privacy will be good for us because
it'd be amazing.
the insults will probably back off a little bit.
Yeah, back off a little. Yeah.
Not that she's trying to insult us, but she's just matter of fact about the body, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She might, like, do something in medicine because, well, I don't know about that. She'll probably be a nail technician.
She wants to be a hairdresser, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. They need to know heaps about the body.
They
actually do.
Maybe if she gets into waxing or something like that, she'll be like, geez, how long you had that bush for?
Yeah.
But yeah, she's just at that age where everything she notices, she says.
Yeah.
I don't think she realises the impact of those sorts of things.
Oh, I don't care. I've actually got a very thick skin because, it is what it is.
Yeah. What about, was it her friend who said in front of all the parents that her dad shaves his balls?
Pretty sure it was Eden, Dahl.
Oh, Eden said it about me?
Yes.
Oh. I thought it was her. You told me that story like it was her friend who said it about her dad.
No, I think someone was talking about their dad's manscaping and how hairy it was, and Eden said, well, not my dad's. He shaves it. That's what happened.
Oh, right. Well, tree trunks look bigger when you whippersnip around them, so let's just leave it at that. Hey, thanks for joining us for another week, guys. We really appreciate it. Remember, we always want to hear your stories as well, so you can go and get them. Go and share them with us via our socials, Underaged Grandparents Podcast. Also this week, we've uploaded a interview with Libby Trickett.
Yes.
Who we had. You weren't in that interview because, as I told her, you have a real job, so you were busy.
Yeah.
But it was great to talk to her. She talked about kids and sport.
I've half listened to it already, and she's very honest and very open, and, yeah, great listen. Yeah, I really enjoyed hearing her stories. She's very funny as well.
Did you hear her talk about the part where the media turned on her on her wedding day?
Yes, that's where I'm up to.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that is awful thing to do to a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, how do you react to that when, obviously that was just the done thing, is that you sell your things. And it made me sad that, her wedding day wasn't what she actually wanted in the end.
Yeah.
Because of this agreement they'd made. You make decisions when you're young.
Yeah.
And,
So they sold their story to a magazine and then they covered up so that it wouldn't get ruined. And then the whole pile on with her, it's the way she'll explain the story. It's quite intense, but go and have a listen to that.
Also felt like her firstborn was a bit similar to Edie. Like their story with her firstborn.
She's got 5 children.
5 children.
I know.
Yeah.
So she talks about that as well. So go and have a listen to that. That is the episode previous to this one. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye.